Our culture has always been helpful to us until we adopt Western culture into our domain.
System. Oh, okay.
You get me?
All
that
right.
is when we started diluting our custom and culture. At first, when you are even ready to marry, your parents do the scouting for you.
For you, yeah, for
you get
sure.
me?
Yeah.
They make sure they take a bride that is respectful. They equip busuanimu and making sure so omo be background check and making sure say oba we no or suban or say and then awari aban only share or more. Oh, say again, no shape kakra no 3 days, 2 days. Or say I'm in love. What kind of nonsense love is that? You get me? It's in those days. You get me? It's in those days. The marriages last because there is background check that they do. But see, we fall in love like stupidly. Only share or more. Okay, and again, no crap vital statistics here. They need you now. Say, oh, me women feel bad. You get me? So our culture was what it was protecting marriages then. But in the Western world, almost to me share or more. I didn't know my kokota kowari. So 99% of the marriages that happen there break within the first year. And when we adopted that culture here, says here, go to the marriage registry, and within the first year of marriages, 90% of marriages break within the first year. And you ask yourself, why do they rush into it when they are not ready to be together? So what I say, because no background check was made. But in the olden days, our culture, even in the house that an armed robber have been caught in the house before, no daughter of that house will get married.
Prime TV Africa is the place to be right now. My name is Jay Brown. And of course, if this is your very first time watching us, kindly subscribe to Prime TV Africa, like our video, consume our content, thereby making us #1 in your world of digital TV. Today, we're talking about some serious issues happening in Ghana. When you wake up, the news that has been coming on the news portal is not pleasant, and I think it's been a headache, and everyone is talking about it. Recently, at Nongwa, a husband killed the partner. When you come to Central Region, a husband killed a partner with a block. When you come to Kasua, a husband killed a partner. I mean, each and every day, we are having series of issues of that nature coming up and all that, and I think we need to deliberately talk about issues of that nature. So I have my guys here to do us the honors by talking intensively about these issues as befalling Ghana and all that. My name is Jay Brown, and I think we really need to pay attention to this topic. But before then, let's go for a quick commercial break. When we are back, we'll get you involved. All right, you're most welcome from that quick breather, and I have the man Archimedes in the building, and then Positive, aka Dollar Man One, in the building for that great discussion. So, guys, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Let's look at this topic. This topic. Ube sorry, na yesi obiya kumobi. Positive, I'll start with you. Ube sorry, na yesi yedi. Mpampai abobiti. Sorry, na the vlog abobiti. What is really going on? Is there some sort of pressure? What men? So, and I say, what is really the issue? What's the cause of all those things in the society?
Do you know something? The reason let me start it. Let me start it this way. Do you know you can't attribute this problem to poverty? You can't attribute it to any political means or political ways. It's like the Ghana itself has lost some ethics
values
from day one.
How can you explain that side for us?
The reason why I'm saying is when we used to grow up, when we were in the 80s months or something like that, when we used to grow up, you see there are some certain things they will tell you not to do. And if you want to get married, live at your mom's well, grow well before you get married. But right now, we are pushing the Western life into our system, and our Western life also doesn't help us. So that's why nowadays you see the young boys, young girls at the end of the day, then they will go for divorce and stuff like
that.
And one thing the guys especially should know that it is not obligatory that if you spend on a woman,
you should get married to
the person. Although your dog, a bit match up at any time. That thing should be in any to me myself like this. If I'm in a relationship, what I've tuned my mind that okay, whatever I'm doing for the lady, I'm doing it willingly.
Okay.
I'm not doing it because of I want something back.
Okay, all right.
No. It's that is killing us. Because everybody does a girl will buy my banner, and so what? Maybe God said okay, it should pass through you, and
now
so it shouldn't be obligatory as a by fortune. My boy can't worry.
Okay.
If you are with a lady and the lady is showing some signs of breakup, massa, be fast. One can say you just be fast. Don't do know so if you force love, you never get love. You always spend money. If you force love,
these are some of the results you get. Yeah.
So and the values, the values right now, the Western life, is getting too much.
And the office Western life, infiltrating your Ghanaian values, and this kind of divorce and killing in your system.
If you go to United States, and the most developed countries are they are the countries that have the highest crime rates, shooting, desperation, depression, breakups. When you go to America, when you go to Europe, when you go, that's the main reason. So if the crime rate doesn't mean they come, and I say system now, in that system it's the way we were brought up.
We left our values.
Yes, and nowadays parents are so open.
They've left their children, is so everyone is doing what he or she likes.
The parents who so these are the ethics and the values that we are losing, and we are impounding our system with the Western world. Even though they know how to control it, but we don't know how to control it. No matter the situation, we don't know how to control it. The guns, they sell guns, but they know how to control it. But we in those things we don't know how to control it. So the best way we should do is sometimes the parents, should start to advise the men and the boys and the girls in relationship. Don't go and take his money.
Okay, in relationship, if obana, you shouldn't let the man spend on you. But and this, we are not talking about relationships. We are talking about married couples who are killing their partners and all that. And I think, is it that we are not marrying right, and is it societal pressure? As you see, economy is bringing pressure on men, and probably a man will go out now, whatever it is about chop money or the man, whatever you want, or the man. Now, by the end of the day, you are disrespecting the man. Do you think the man will take it lightly with you?
I always say people rush into relationship and stroke marriage that they are not ready for.
So which means we are not marrying right.
You get me?
Okay.
In our part of the world, in our society, like people tend out to listen to people more when it comes to issues of choosing a life partner.
Okay.
You get me? Everybody say, oh, and I wait 25 or babisia there who grace period from 20 years, echo 30 years, will be a ma, not a pressure be that also. No.
Okay.
Marriage is a lifetime commitment. You get me? As a Christian crowd here, divorce is not a choice. We can divorce you tomorrow and marry another one the next day because me say metna ho na me wu die me divorce wa kwa from la me die say lumba can say bi woni nyumu o say metna oba ba ko na we kumi na ma pimpim abesu bi ya say dabi sas na wo so betna be ma ba ko na we kum na mbema pimpin be si wo yi ase de lalai so what you say. So know your worth. Don't let anybody pressure you into entering into something you are not ready for. So what you say, do you know the kind of marriages we are having now?
No.
Akwa say ano ni pot no pa ni ready And now o see me say ready nti and now say we are pressure so ba no nti me ka say me twen we a e bia na la show akonye scan ware me so time e ko nti say dem me worry we sa so we tend not to marry people most of the
really
time
like,
marry people they don't really like you know nipa no don crowd that saying obia why say me consider when it comes to the most dangerous thing in marriage
it's considering
stroke relationship is you being with somebody you think nipa no on your level but what consider no that thing is very dangerous when it comes to marriage it shouldn't be considering you have to make sure you love the person
before
I got married my father told me something and from the day he told me I didn't understand it then but me you do baby na Matthias or say if you don't get the one that you love my son make sure you love you marry the one that loves you get me when it comes to relationship they say when you marry somebody you love that the person love you back is life but when you marry somebody who doesn't love you it become a duty you get me you have to be working extra hard to please the person every day you get me to be loved by somebody like to be loved by somebody you don't love is like a gift. No, the person love you no matter what you do. The person doesn't see your flaws. He just love you for being you. It's a gift. You get me? So always if you don't get the one that loves you that you love back, that is life. Always marry the gift, the one that loves you
back.
Because the one that loves you would never think of harming you. Look at the lady, like look at the instance that led to their breakup. This man have been beating this lady constantly. Obo, sir. And then is marriage a bondage? You get me? A young man say, me worrying that me jana. People will talk, madam. If you love yourself and you love your life, when you are in abusive relationship, you will leave. Don't listen to what people society is going to say because when I would see and I wouldn't even send a shisha offer. How can you be in a relationship once this person will be pulling you day and night and you say because of look at what's happening to Sinachi, that lady, Sinachi. This man have been beating this woman. The last Eko Wiechin Okuno. Sana lady we so I man Ekuno atuache just like that.
But I want to say we need we free relationship ni mo but ni maame mu. And ni maame mu no mo san push in the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying that when it comes to relationship, you are the person going to marry the person. When your wedding here, your parents are not going to live with you guys anymore. So when you once you people are dating, when you see any flaws with the person, try to address it to make sure the person changes. If the person doesn't change, expect what's the situation when you get married to the person.
In this situation, would you say these people is because of marriage they've condoned everything from beginning? Because for an abusive person or a person your partner to be abusive in a relationship, which means they are a glimpse and sign of it proud to the marriage. Would you say because of odor or I want to get married, so they try to ignore all those signs and then get married thinking the person will change?
You know, I always say women allow society pressure to pressure them into marriages they are not ready for. Imagine for all you know when they were dating, this guy has been abusing this lady.
That's what I'm saying.
But because all his mates are marrying and he thinks okay so let me also get married.
So the obey
to get the person.
So let me just get married and
somewhere last year a man slaughtered his wife like that. I can't remember. They were interviewing the lady. The man butchered the woman. They were interviewing the woman at the hospital. And they asked the woman, so when you were dating the person, didn't you see any signs like that? Or say, me worry no dear. Time ya chimprano. Na me nim so she weak kakra. Na so me koni dem ko hu Bible. Enti na me feel say obesesa. You see, how can you give such an excuse? When to the people that don't hear the local language, he said when they were dating, he knows the guy have been smoking small and be taking some substances. But anytime he goes to the guy's room, he sees a Bible in the guy's room. So he thinks probably the guy will change once he's be seeing Bible. How can you say you've seen Bible in somebody's room? Because of that, the person will change.
That's nonsense.
Whatever you are experiencing in your relationship now, when you don't sit up to address it now,
later.
Expect worse when it get to marriage. Because when who move from Ukraine or don't ye high no, Bema no, we be piano a bow, we be piano a bow. Imagine what we're in a real status say, but or one status say frono, and do the cool. You get me? So there's no excuse to be in an abusive relationship. Because the people pressuring you to it now when the wars come.
This is also boils down to your culture now, the America and the religion. Would you say your religion one? You can say oh Charlie, ebia ukwa waria na ye bukra. You need to pray. God will change everything. Your culture say ukwa waria and ye good say ubeja ware na wa eden na wa bafi because a banesa mo amaye back so no matter what you are going through no you have to condone it and all that. Do you think say your religion and culture haven't been helpful edima Ghanaians and Africans as a whole?
You know, our culture has always been helpful to us until we adopt Western culture into our domain.
System. Oh, okay.
You get me?
All
that
right.
is when we started diluting our custom and culture. At first, when you are even ready to marry, your parents do the scouting for you.
For you, yeah, for
you
sure.
Get me?
Yeah.
They make sure they take a bride that is respectful. They kwe busuanimu and making sure so omo be background check and making sure say oba we no owo suban owo say and then awari ban oni dey share or more. Oh, say again, no shape, kakra, no, 3 days, 2 days, or say I'm in love. What kind of nonsense love is that? You get me? It's in those days. You get me? It's in those days. The marriages last because there is background check that they do. But see, we fall in love like stupidly. Only share or more. Okay, and again, no crap vital statistics here. They need you now. Say, oh, me who me feel bad. You get me? So our culture was what it was protecting marriages then. But in the Western world, almost to me share or more. I didn't know my kokota kowari. So 99% of the marriages that happen there break within the first year. And when we adopted that culture here, says here, go to the marriage registry, and within the first year of marriages, 90% of marriages break within the first year. And you ask yourself, why do they rush into it when they are not ready to be together? So what I say, because no background check was made. But in the olden days, our culture, even in the house that an armed robber have been caught in the house before, no daughter of that house will get married. Efia Obienya HIV.
You've relocated.
You get me? Efia Obienya HIV.
Different town.
Obienya HIV crack again. No. You have to make us say, hey, we move here. We see those. So everybody want to live a good
Perfect
life,
yeah.
so that you won't bring a past name into your family. You get me? In those days, we protect family names a lot. Nobody want to condone black sheep in his family. Before you get married, they do all that background check to make sure so you don't face certain difficulties like we are facing now. Because an abusive relationship, somebody in the family might have done something like that before. That will serve as a precedent. So when your family so when your family are doing the background check, they will know that something like that is in that family, and they won't allow you to even get engaged to it.
Okay. Yes.
So our culture really was helping until we adopted Western way culture into our system. That is what is
okay. So according to Archimedes, statistics out the say we are not marrying right because we will be of the way, but because we in this car now we are ready and see obey worry way. At the end, when you look at the statistics from the divorce council and registrar and marriage and whatever registrar, no, almost the divorce no is a little bit higher. It's what do you think say ebe kipi oba ego abusive marriage? When I be oba can say oh me kuno boom it's me call is it say or need baby ada is it shelter food or what?
And yes sir, it is not like that. You know, sometimes Africa we see some certain things to be disgraced. But meanwhile it is not disgrace.
Okay.
You understand me? And it feels okay probably Makwa warrior say. So we feel our nana say
I'm out for home here. I'm out for best streaming in there.
Mostly to the parents also are part, especially the women. Oh, that's now nyame beye. They are dying slowly. You understand? And we see those things. You know, white man can marry you today, tomorrow be divorced.
Yeah, well, India.
And yet you go see a man.
India.
I went in and I was expecting something, I didn't get it. So
That's me.
Do you understand me? Let me back off. But people, I don't know how. And sometimes I see say no. You know something? Africa, no. The infiltration of the Western
too much.
is too much. You know something? In way back in the olden days, look at even in the Bible, the man serves the lady's family for some time.
Yeah,
the lady also serves the family for some time till they grow to 30 and above before they get married.
So by then they know the in and out of marriage.
Yes.
And see,
so that one is like, okay, I'm marrying my friend, and it's better to marry a friend than somebody you love. If you like somebody or the guy you feel, oh girl with madam for I like him, I like the back. If you get married it's better than say you marry somebody who you are in love with. Because if they love no. It tend to hatred. That's how but the best is we should wait. Marriage is not even in the religious, all the religious books say if you get married, the every now can be.
I think would you say the cause of this, no? You find say obi person or fancy extravagant wedding.
Yeah.
And now we is it because of worldly things? Anything why then costly way because probably you don't know the person. Now ebia say nipa way or Oscar nipa way or betimi aye me fancy extravagant wedding na me peno. Would you say all these things conclude to this killing of spouses in marriages?
Yeah. Do you know something? And let me tell you something. When you come to this side, our religion didn't help our traditional norm didn't help us because our traditional norm says okay, them or bat in a fee. Now me go you only bring forth of a child for me pekeke. You understand me? But in the Western world, they've made it to the extent that a woman can work.
You contribute.
Everybody can contribute. I can see the woman can see you cook. You too can see the woman too cook. So they are all bringing something on the table. But in our traditional set, from way back, from Kwame Kumanechi to Obanyeshi.
No, they kids about. I think says we are changing the narrative.
Woman is then now you fool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that one, our tradition
didn't help us that side.
So I say okay. Now some ladies are making it. Right now, I don't have anything. So right now, let me try and get somebody who has money or something. Also be a slave queen. That's what and so now problem you understand me?
Okay, over to me.
Yeah, so I will debunk, it's his opinion about our tradition didn't help us and our tradition didn't help us. It was the Western doctrine that we infiltrated into our system that is worrying us. Taking responsibility in the house. So women are very submissive to their spouse. You get me?
Yeah.
Because when you say ukru and the bayer one the ukru na ye bibia ofie into a cassette na se obetna say it's sesiano women have this notion that what men can do they can also do. Enti their bema na ye no ono so ye. Enti adentina say me submit to you. That is the core the start of our problem here.
Okay.
So what you say now, women don't see the need to be submissive in marriages anymore. But there is a reason why God made you a man. And there's a reason why God made you a woman. You are my helpmate. You get me? So you can't come and override me. Me na me worry o. That is the reason why in Ghana, in Africa, oban to me kokase me koye bema one day. It's always the man that comes to wed you. It's in our tradition, it was happening because instead of making your background check and say you worry, and you worry, you know your role you play in the house. So what you say? It don't country me say see I know who ye to my discabanti because of that you sit on my.
And I think those days now, women are in the kitchen in your marriage say to last longer.
You get me? And those days, even those days, they were helping in the farms. Not that they are just in the house. They were helping their family. They are helping their husbands when they are farming. They also go and bring the produce in the house. Bema no koye phone him ane esuwia. Enye bema de kotwa o. E man ne ko ekotwa bantene ko to bantene na de no de ba. So they also playing their role. Sesi ano yakwa say career women eno na eku ye no.
With that thing, no, is it bad?
Career
that
woman,
you have a career woman.
It's not bad when the lady is confident and is working.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But the fact that you are a boss or you're a CEO in the company doesn't mean that when you come to the house you have to be a CEO on your husband. You get me? Most of the time when women are earning more than their husband, they tend to become bossy in the house. Unless they are brought out from a good home. That's when those are the ones they still maintain their with humbleness in the house. But the moment he start earning more than the husband, that is the problem we are facing now. Women are giving men a hell of a time. Here, a man be one by dear Kara women now. Because of or your CEO or Felice ni see or a CEO but say na kwa we are on do me level obeda so. Now I done bossy. And when it's become like that, men will always try to defend our territory. So what I say, because on no be worry o, utumi betra ma pepem. Make back na waka me no a, dey be DHA we. Metro say I'm the man in the house, which I'm not saying is good. But if women will go back to their roles they were playing then in the house and make sure they give their men that sort of respect, marriages will start working.
Okay, if men and ladies, will go back to those days and start being submissive, start respecting their husband, I mean, marriages will be a bit good for now. So what I say, I think your ladies, it's time I say mubuye. We are not saying you shouldn't be a career woman, you shouldn't be a boss at the office. When you are a boss at the office, when you come home, you are a wife. And you need to do the duties of a wife. That's how it is. And that's what all the men are saying. Hey, you can't take out the African in us, in a man. Obi or broche krapona ye wono or you African. That's immune way no ewonimu. So what I say. And if this is your very first time watching us, kindly consume our content by subscribing, liking, and sharing our video for us.